Greetings. This is General of the Armies, Latin Deus. This is a communique for Vladimir Putin and all of those, as this is an addendum to my work on the communiques in relation to the nuclear drills taking place. At this point, I basically want to say what my reality here is and what every one of you who is operating the interface I will now espouse. What is, in this special way, this is the universal interface of the interpretation by lights, sirens, buzzers, and code enforcement mechanisms as represented by those concepts and higher, lower level concepts like squares, circles, and triangles in their terms of geometric shapes, maybe having colors, are at this point of what reality is here, what your drill should represent, and what actually needs to be the threat. I won't be able to espouse further than colors and lights. That actually has to be completely removed from our known space, causing the need to secure the enforcement of the code to procure this state of no longer having the threat there. And this basic system is the system where all these different systems of the defense systems have a defense system within them of the representation of the type I said of a series of lights of a different set of colors, of a series of colors representing the danger of the situation in a series of ways, all the same way of an escalating nature in a way that no matter what, when it sequences to the defense system going through its escalation, procedure and protocol of announcing the stages as they escalate systematically through a stage to its higher stage. All the systems function the same, such that you have a number of systems basically represented by some 7 light systems that can turn into a 7 light systems of other systems of having something like 3 light systems, always needing at least 2 of the panels of your 3 light systems having 6 lights of 3 lights, all representing exact same thing to do the same thing, and at each end having those always needing 4. And my system and sequence and the representation of what reality is and what you have to do to, even in this scenario of making the lights go off by my grand terms, like this is the end of the War Games movie we're making today. It is a situation where every light lights up, synchronized through systematic sequence of showing every step of escalation is procured to have to go one step of escalation from the step of escalation it is at, and every light lights up. We usually set the panel up, goes from the bottom to the top, and the sequences of the different colors are represented by the panels with the higher numbers, such that when the series of the 3 lights light up, there's usually a sequence. The bottom light lights on everything, well, some of them light up 3 of the same lights, or the 3 bottom lights. Second light lights up on the system of the sequence of only having 3 lights and having to have 2 of the exact same panels there. While actually the master sequence of the series of the scenario, where we usually get to a system of having 3 series of 3 lights, and we light up 9 lights no matter what the colors are. It's just basically the same colors. Represent having 3 lights representing this of a series of lighting up a number of lights to the maximum scenario, and then sequences light up in series of 3 through the different colors. They're all the same color each series until the stage 2 lights up, light 2 lights up when only 2 lights of the 3 light system lights up. And basically every time this can even possibly occur if 1 light lights up when you have all the redundancy in your unit to prove you basically have your station and another station that proves this works as a form of communication, except you're at the same station. Well, it all absolutely represents being in multiple stations because of the representation of the threat by the way the functioning of the lights and sirens function, and you know there is at least a shared state of danger by the nature of the gases and energies being released and controlled, emitted, and warning by the nature of them doing so at the panel of operation, even though it is not solely the panel of operation, it's a network of them. Then the 3 lights light up at the second light, 3 lights light up at the third light, and when it is that the third light is on and it means the maximum, which it might not mean until all the keys are turned, it's happened or it has, it's about to. All 9 lights light up and we don't have a 10th light. The master unit that represents them all lights up 3 series of 3 lights of 9 lights. And this is your threat level 2 finish. The exercise is up to day, series, or sequence, whatever this is about. The nuclear drill going on. Good luck. Beseeched. Beseech, strike. Orders.